In this video, we will go over the duties of the on-site safety technician. You must complete all daily reporting. Every day, the following reports must be submitted via email no later than 6:30 in the morning. You need to make sure you are submitting your daily drilling rig safety equipment inspections, your drilling rig sign-in and sign-out sheets, your morning and evening tower safety meeting sign-in sheets, rig audits, which must be done every 24 hours, your day and night shift detailed activity reports, any permits that have been issued within the last 24 hours, and if possible, the last 24 hours of data logs from the 4-gas monitor in the doghouse. This is the daily safety equipment inspection sheet, which needs to be completed once every 24 hours. During this inspection, all respiratory equipment needs to be inspected, which entails you verify that the cylinders are full, ensure that the equipment is in working order, and the air packs are in their designated locations. All windsocks on location need to be in good condition. If they are ripped or missing, they must be replaced immediately. All fire extinguishers must be in their designated areas. These fire extinguishers must be within proper operating pressures. Verify that the pull pin with breakaway is in place and that there is not any physical damage to the extinguisher itself. As for the gas detection system, verify that rain guards on the gas detection heads are free from obstructions. Check the battery status and verify that the monitor heads have not been moved from their designated areas. These monitors need to be calibrated after every rig move. If you are on location longer than a month, they must be calibrated monthly. The 4-gas monitor will be placed in the doghouse with tubing running down to the BOP. Daily verification of the tube integrity and monitor functionality are a must. This is the drilling rig sign-in sheet. Every person coming on a location must be documented. The name of the company that the person works for must be documented here. Ensure that the name of the person is also recorded at this location. It must be spelled correctly and legible. All persons coming on a location are required to have a current H2S card. If they do not have one, they are not permitted on citation locations. You must also verify that all persons coming on a location have the proper PPE. This includes a minimum of a hard hat, safety glasses, H2S monitor, hard toe boots, and FR clothing. Once all this has been completed, make sure you document the time that they came onto location and when they leave, what time they left. Here is an example of a safety meeting sign-in sheet. If you do not have a copy of this one, a similar format is preferred. At a minimum, at the top of the safety meeting sign-in sheet, you must have the name of the location, the date the meeting is taking place, and the topic in which the meeting is discussing. Make sure that all personnel that are going to be involved in the work activity have their name printed and signed on this sign-in sheet. This is the rig audit form, which must be completed once every 24 hours. On this form, you have 3 columns: OK, NS, which is non-satisfactory, and NA, which is not applicable. Whenever you are checking off the items, if what you find is in good working order, you can just select the OK button. After that, if you find something wrong or out of place, you mark it non-satisfactory and locate or comment in the comment section what was wrong. If the item is not applicable to the rig that you are working on, mark the NA box. In this slide, you will see an example of an activity report. There are 2 different examples here. One is a generic one from Citation Oil and Gas, and another one is from Total Safety. One of these must be filled out by each technician each shift. They will notate the time and what they did throughout the day. On this slide, we show you the permits that will be provided to you for Citation Oil and Gas properties. Every time a confined space or a hot work is being conducted on the drilling rig location, you must ensure that one of these permits is filled out. The safety tech on location must be present to issue this corresponding permit and observe the job until the conclusion and the closing of the permit. Anytime work is to be conducted in the cellar, a confined space permit must be issued. During your walkdowns of the location, you will have many things to keep a lookout for. The following are just a few examples. Here we have the accumulator. You want to ensure that the accumulator is in working order and that there is free of leaks. Also, while you're here, you might as well check on the fire extinguisher. Moving around to the corner, you will see here the lines leading from the accumulator to the BOP. Again, just look at the lines visually, looking for any obvious leaks or damages. Here we have overhead power lines. These lines have been tagged for high visibility. Be sure to check all lines throughout the location and make sure that they are tagged and high enough that they are not going to be a hazard. All high pressure lines are required to have what's called a whip check on them. This is to ensure that if for some reason there is a separation in the line, it'll reduce the amount of damage or possible harm to personnel. Here's another example of a whip check being connected with the accumulator line leading to the BOP. All handrails must be installed and in good working order. If a handrail is not installed, you need to address this immediately. This is not permitted. During boom lift operations, ensure that no personnel are underneath the boom area. Anytime items are suspended in the air, you must ensure that there is nobody underneath the suspended object. Here we have a picture of the pipe rack. On the ends of the pipe rack, there are stops. Make sure those stops are installed and in place. If they are not, these pipes can easily roll off and cause harm. Inside the doghouse, make sure that the four-gas monitor is up and running and in its proper place. Check the tubing to make sure the integrity of it and that there are no leaks. Check on all fixed gas detection heads throughout your walkdowns. Anytime a vehicle is in use on location, verify that the operators are wearing their seatbelts. These warning signs must be hung up on the control panel for the driller every time the pipe rams are closed. You must ensure that this is done. All muster areas must be clearly marked and inspected daily. Also make sure they are adjacent to each other and not both on the same side of location. Toilet facilities must be available. Your condition sign must be visible from the primary entrance to the location, and the corresponding condition flag must be in place. This concludes the basic requirements of the on-site safety technician duties for Citation oil and gas drilling rigs.